Hello and welcome to Charlotte Astrology. My name is Charlotte. I'm a full-time working astrologer, and on this channel I analyze the astrological charts of public figures, and very often they are celebrities, and sometimes they come in the form of social media influencers, commentators, like internet personalities. That's who I'll be looking at today. I'll be analyzing the chart of Erica Kirk, who is the widow of Charlie Kirk. So I I've been tossing up whether or not to touch upon this because on my Instagram I was talking about it and people got and I thought I was pretty diplomatic about the whole Charlie Kirk situation, but people were very angry at me on Instagram. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to have a look at Charlie Kirk's chart and transits. I feel like a lot of other astrologers have already done that. I thought they did a bit too quickly. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like me to do that, because I do have his chart ready, but I don't know if I'm ready to speak on it yet. You guys let me know. I definitely wanted to look at Erica Kirk because I think she's a really interesting personality. Again, I don't think I'm the type of person that she would necessarily appreciate or enjoy because, I mean, I'm not that conservative. Look what I do for a living. Like, I'm almost a practicing witch right there. She definitely would want to get the pitchforks out for me, the pitchforks and the torches. But that said, that doesn't mean I can't be compassionate towards someone who has different views than me. You know, what happened to her husband was horrific, and I think that she's put on a very brave face through all of this. She's got a lot of courage, and yeah, that speech that she gave, she gave this televised speech. I watched it on YouTube, and I thought, wow, she's such a dynamic, interesting, intelligent, forceful, vibrant personality. Even as she is wallowing in the depths of grief, you know, she's so articulate and so charismatic. And I just remember thinking, wow, like this is such a different person to who I thought Charlie Kirk would be with, because Charlie Kirk, and I never looked for Charlie Kirk, and I never went on his platform to consume his content, but his stuff would go viral. And it was I remember thinking, wow, is this meant to rage bait me? Because I would see it so often. I was like, what? But he would talk about how it's really important that young women and girls get married sooner and younger and like have babies when they're young, and how important that is. And I thought, oh, surely he's with a woman that's like young and like very cooperative and submissive. And then lo and behold, you got Erica Kirk, who is 5 years older than him, 5 years his senior, a very vibrant personality, someone who is a businesswoman. Like, this woman is on fire. And I mean that because she is Martian. She's a Scorpio. She's got heavy Aries. Like, she's a Martian. And I was like, in that relationship, she wore the pants, and he was a very good husband who served her. Even in her speech, she said that he would constantly go to her and say, how can I serve you better? How can I serve you better? With his Virgo Venus, how can I serve you better? How can I be a better husband? He sounds very almost submissive to her, and I mean that in a good way. He sounds like he was a really good partner. While I disagree with a lot of the things that he spouted about young brides and young women and da-da-da-da-da, he clearly did, in his personal life, that did not play out. He married a woman 5 years his senior and had babies with her when she was in her 30s. You know? And that's great. I just think it was interesting that it's not in alignment with any of the things he said. So I thought, I want to look at Erica Kirk's chart and talk about who she is, and how her placements play out. Obviously, the transits. I've got the transits for the day that Charlie was assassinated, so I'm going to look at that as well. But I hope you find this reading interesting. I'm not here to make a political statement. I've made it very clear that a lot of what she said and he said I don't agree with, but that doesn't mean I can't be compassionate. That doesn't mean I have to be nasty. That doesn't mean that we can't just look at this and just, bring us all together. Like, I have a lot of Americans that are on the left and right side of politics. I'm just an Aussie girl, like, and I want to bring people together. So hopefully astrology can do that. And that's why we have astrology, because when you have astrology, when you understand people, because astrology helps us understand people, when you understand people, you can't hate them. Okay? You can disagree with them, but you can't hate them. So I hope that this reading does some good. Anyway, before I dive in, I just want you guys to know, from the 27th of September through the 3rd of October, as I release this, all the spots might be filled because they filled fast. They fill pretty fast. I have readings available, so if you want to chat to me about your chart, you want me to tear it up in front of you, you can do that. You can book me, and you'll get a recording of the whole session. I'm also planning a retreat in September next year for Italy or Greece. Please put your expressions of interest below. There's a survey you can take to vote for which place you would like to go to, and we will contact you when we're ready to organize. And then I also have DM readings on Instagram, because I got rid of my MP3 readings. I just can't maintain it anymore. I've been off my game. I've been unwell and like really busy. So I thought let's get rid of those and then focus more on the DM readings, which are more immediate. And yeah, you just have to add me on Instagram. I have to approve you because I'm currently private, but add me on Instagram and you can get a DM reading from me. All right, let's dive into Erica Kirk's chart. So we don't have a birth time, and I know we don't have a full chart until we have a birth time, but let's do the best we can. What we know about her is that she is a Scorpio Sun and Mercury. Pluto's there in the mix. Her Venus is in Libra, and then she's got a Moon and a Mars in Aries. Fire. Martian Sun, Martian Mercury, Martian Moon, Martian Mars, and yeah, a Venusian Venus. So what I can see about her is that she's got a bit of a contradiction here, and there's a Moon-Venus opposition. What she values is a cooperative partnership, and Libra is the scales on two sides. On one side, she wants the romance and the love and the adoration and to be pretty, which she obviously is, and on the other side, she wants a cooperative partnership that works. Beauty and being in a bit of a what do you call it? Idealistic, but also practical. She's got two sides of that. That's what she wants, a cooperative partnership that works. And she was even in business with her husband as well. But she's got an Aries moon. She dominated that domestic sphere. So I think if it was the other way around, if she had an Aries Venus, I think their relationship probably wouldn't have worked out. He is a Libra himself. He had a lot of Libra placements. He had a Virgo Venus. So they had a pretty cooperative partnership, yes, but she wore the pants. And I think he liked that. In her speech, she was talking about, how he would always come to her and ask, how can he be a better husband? How can he serve her better? It makes so much sense. I know that in the way he portrayed himself on, when he was on a platform and he was talking about all his very conservative values, he's quite Martian himself. I think even one astrologer thinks he's an Aries rising, but we don't know. But he's quite forceful there. But in his domestic sphere, I think he was quite cooperative and quite submissive to her because she wears the pants here. She has very domineering Aries placements. Have you met an Aries woman? I am an Aries woman. She was the boss. Mars in Aries, she's a go-getter. She's ambitious. She's got a masculine Mars. She's hungry. She's very, very... I would love to know what house this is in. We don't have it, but she's ready to go to war. I think she's more prepared to fight than he is, actually, than he was. Sorry, because he's passed. But she's a warrior. A warrior in the making. And Saturn's about to rip through there. Saturn's about to move through her Aries placements. This is the thing. It won't break her. It will make her. And, what she was saying in her speech, I'm just paraphrasing, she said, if you thought that this would, destroy Charlie or destroy me, you're wrong. Like, this has only lit a fire inside this wife. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But yes, she's about to get organized. She's about to gather the troops. She's going to upset some people, and she doesn't care because she is heartbroken. She is bereft. And, you got to remember, masculine Aries placements, when they hurt, what do? Their anger is pushed forward. Feminine placements, they hurt themselves. And if they do go to war with others, it's more of a quiet. It's quiet. This is loud. She's about to get organized. She's organizing the troops. She's about to go to war. She's fighting for something. The thing is with that, it could be very misguided, though. She's got squares with her Mars. I don't know where this stellium, this conjunction is lying. She's got Uranus. These are generational planets. Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune square her Mars. So, impulse control, which when she's put into a situation she can't control, she becomes very impulsive. very impulsive, and she couldn't control this situation. It was sudden, it was brutal, it was horrific, and now she's mobilized, and she's ready. She's ready to, like, she's ready for war. And I would love to, yeah, I'd love to know what house this is in, because when you have generational planets squaring your Mars, and I just talked about this in a recent video, there will be situations out of your control that will lead to irrational expressions of anger. Sometimes it's also sex. I don't think it's this case, because obviously this is not the sexiest situation. But yeah, she feels like something has been taken away from her. She has been pushed off course. Things were going really well, and now they're not, and she's fuming. She is angry. I'm also wondering, with Saturn square Mars, I think it's so funny because her personality is quite feminist. She's such a feminist coded personality. She's very strong. She's very forceful. I want to get that. I'm ambitious. I have a bank account. Right? She has a bank account. She's practicing feminism. However, if she were to be a lefty, it would be so much more brutal for her. So, like, being right wing works very well for her, because then she's going to be submissive in a system, and then she's going to be, if she's submissive to the patriarchy in the system, then she can get further. She's not going to be up against, she's not going to be having a war with the system. She's working with the system, and she's doing very well within the system. So it's really good that she is, for her anyway, it's helpful that she's right wing. However, you're never going to get away from the Saturn square Mars, because then you're coming up against other systems. She's seen as a betrayer, yeah. These generational planets do not like her Mars very much. And Neptune is also squared that Mars. Oh, yeah, the impulsivity. The anger is so impulsive for her. She's got a bad temper. Terrible. And I think that's good that she was with Charlie, because Charlie, I think, understood that, and he kept his distance when he absolutely needed to. He's very intuitive with her. I think he could read her very well. And that's why they had such a great relationship. Let me know if you want me to do their synastry. Mars, her sun, her late degree Scorpio sun trines her Mars. So yeah, she gets very far with her personality. Very, very sexy. Very beautiful, very sexy. Like a strong independent woman. Like, that energy gets her very, very far if she's pushing forward an ethos or a narrative or a value system of the corporation, of the authority. Like, she does really well when she does that. What else is here? Her Mercury's at the kill or be killed degree. Mercury, Jupiter. What houses are these in? This is why I want her rising. Her words are very cutting. That Mercury is not well aspected anything, really. I mean, yeah, some asteroids, but it's opposed. She has such a forceful voice, but we've never really heard it until now. I know she's done speaking events and everything, everything like that, but she hasn't gone viral until now. Because she has her own success and her own fame, but I never knew her until like a few days ago. But the fame that she's currently getting is off the back of her partner losing his life, which is incredibly tragic. But I mean, Jupiter retrograde, that's the marriage and the husband. It's not, they didn't have a disappointing marriage, but clearly there's some disappointment around it because he died young. Like, it's terrible. But that's opposite her Mercury. The failure or the ending of the marriage has led to her speaking her truth and finding her voice. And it's 22 degrees, which is kill or be killed. It's like life and death kind of energy, right? Which is exactly what's happening here. And of course, it's her nodal return. And he died in eclipse season. He died on the 10th. The eclipse was on the 7th, 6th, 7th. And he died a couple of days after that on her nodal return, as the sun and the Mercury and the south node are all on her natal south node. What house is this in? This is where she's propelling towards her destiny. This is religious. This is spiritual. She's so accustomed to living in a very organized, or organized chaos. It's Virgo. Everything being structured and regimented, and now it's all been taken away from her. Whatever structure, whatever regimen, whatever routine she had that was so solid, she's had to drop it now, and she's embracing the Pisces, the like drowning in the water, finding God, finding spirit, however she perceives God. Obviously it's a Christian God. Again, I really don't want to know what house this is in, but it's in a very close proximity, not in a conjunction, but close proximity to her Mars, to her moon. And she did talk about a spiritual war. Damn. Mars is war, Pisces is spiritual. There we go. Obviously there was a transit, and you know it's really interesting with death transits. I always say there's no definitive transit for death, but the chart clicks into place. And the same goes for people that have experienced immense loss. Like her husband dying is also a death to her. Like whoever the person she was before he died is also dead. You know, she's been reborn as well. She's a new person, a much more I think brutal person as well. Mars transiting over her natal her natal Venus, like this was an attack on her as well. Like that's how she perceives it. If Mars is going through your Venus sign, get ready for fighting, get ready to be angry at someone or people to be angry at you. So there's that. Yeah, her chart clicked into place. Look, Uranus on her Jupiter. Jupiter's in the same sign as her Chiron. The south node, the Sun and Mercury. On her south node, Lilith and Juno. Mars on her Venus. Like Lilith on her Scorpio placements, her Sun, her Mercury. Like a couple, an asteroid return as well. Nodal return. And of course, lunar return. She's got like literally, he died that day. The moon was in Aries. The moon transited over her Mars and her moon. Like, her chart clicked into place. That's a death. Not a literal one. Well, a literal one for him, but it was like a spiritual one for her. She's not the same person. Erica Kirk is reborn. She's dead. She's died, and she's reborn into someone else. And she was right. The fire has been lit. Anyway, I would love to know. I would love to know what time she was born, because I want to know where that North Node is. I want to know a lot of things. She's such a strong woman. Highly intelligent, so charismatic, so ambitious. Very feminist coded, actually. I've already said that. She's so feminist coded, but she would never admit to that. Not at all. However, if you own a bank account, you're a feminist. Like, I'm sorry, but love you guys. If you don't want to be a feminist, that's fine. But if you want to put your money where your mouth is, get rid of your bank account. That's what I say. Like, it's fine. Get rid of your bank account. You don't want to be a feminist. It's okay. Just relinquish that right to have one, or make the choice to get rid of it. Why not? Anyway, that'd be a pretty controversial opinion. I do like her. I don't agree with her, but I wish her well. I hope that she can find ways to express her grief in a healthy way. I hope that she does good in this world. I'm a little bit concerned about the situation, because obviously we don't need to have a spiritual war. We don't want to do that. So may she find some peace and some comfort and some closure around this. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Erica Kirk. Let me know if you would like me to do the synastry with her husband. Let me know if you'd like me to look at Charlie Kirk's chart. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.